Letting go. It sounds straightforward, yet in reality, it's among the most challenging endeavors we undertake. Whether it's relationships, lingering memories, or burdensome circumstances, the process of relinquishing what we've grown attached to can seem like surrendering a piece of our identity. But here's the reality: gripping too firmly often inflicts greater pain than release ever could. Mastering the art of letting go isn't about disengaging from existence, it's about liberating yourself from the invisible shackles that anchor you in place. In this episode, we'll explore strategies for releasing people and scenarios, drawing from ancient Stoic wisdom and contemporary psychological principles. You'll discover how to harness detachment's strength, when to withdraw for sharper insight, and how to establish protective emotional limits. Letting go isn't synonymous with defeat, it's about carving out room for what's genuinely essential. By releasing, you don't forfeit command, you reclaim the liberty to channel your energy toward what holds true value. By the conclusion of this episode, you'll possess practical methods to shed what hinders you, advancing with a buoyed spirit, enhanced tranquility, and a revitalized drive. Let's embark on this journey. Lesson 1. Harnessing the strength of detachment. When the term detachment arises, many envision it as coldness or disinterest, reducing care, dampening feelings, or retreating from the world. However, detachment truly involves liberating yourself from the compulsion to dominate the uncontrollable. It's about safeguarding your inner harmony, irrespective of external turbulence. Attachment frequently stems from apprehension, dread of parting with individuals, scenarios, or even facets of our self-image. Paradoxically, the firmer our grasp, the more it dominates us. Excessive attachment binds our joy to outer elements, like others' judgments, situational results, or tangible items. When these shift or vanish, as they invariably do, we endure hardship. Stoicism imparts that authentic liberty arises not from mastering surroundings, but from governing our reactions. Epictetus, a renowned Stoic thinker, proclaimed, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." In this context, detachment doesn't imply ceasing to care, it means halting desperate clinging. You cease demanding that existence mold flawlessly to your wishes and instead adapt, embracing flux over opposition. Picture cradling a fistful of sand. Squeeze too hard, and it escapes through your fingers; cradle it softly, and it remains. This captures detachment's core. It's not rejection, but gentle holding, preventing external factors from dictating your core essence. To tap into detachment's potential, begin by introspecting. What am I grasping that breeds tension or unease? Perhaps a partnership where you shoulder undue accountability for another's contentment, a professional dilemma where you micromanage every detail, or a bygone incident you can't release. Identifying attachments marks the initial stride toward loosening their grip. Then, cultivate mindful acceptance. This isn't passive resignation to all occurrences, it's recognizing what's beyond influence and selecting responses wisely. For instance, if another's conduct distresses you, pivot from altering them to defining limits and regulating your feelings. You can cherish someone profoundly while upholding a balanced emotional distance. A daily ritual. Dedicate 5 minutes to contemplate one attachment fueling stress. Question: is this controllable, or must I surrender it? If uncontrollable, mentally detach by affirming, "I release what eludes my grasp." This routine hones your focus on essentials, discarding superfluous loads. Reflect: am I clinging from genuine affection or fear of consequences upon release? Fear-driven bonds yield only torment, whereas sound detachment fosters expansion, liberty, and serenity. Detachment isn't forsaking duties or bonds, it's shielding your inner realm from external upheaval. It's engaging wholly without fixating on results. Mastering detachment grants life viewed through lenses of lucidity, equilibrium, and fortitude. You unburden from the uncontrollable's heft, discovering a buoyant, serene existence. To deepen this, consider historical examples. The Stoics, like Seneca, often reflected on mortality to detach from trivialities, reminding themselves that life's brevity demands focus on virtue over fleeting pleasures. In modern terms, psychologists like those in cognitive behavioral therapy echo this, teaching us to challenge irrational attachments through reframing thoughts. Imagine a scenario: you're in a job that's draining, attached to the security it provides. Detachment involves acknowledging the fear of change but realizing your skills and resilience can lead elsewhere. This mindset shift isn't overnight, it's built through consistent practice, perhaps journaling nightly about gratitudes unrelated to attachments. Over time, detachment becomes a superpower, allowing you to navigate relationships with grace, loving without possession, working without burnout. It's the foundation for all subsequent lessons, as true letting go begins here. Lesson 2. Withdrawing for enhanced mental insight. When existence overwhelms, emotions surge, thoughts blur, impulsive reactions, flawed choices, or stress dominance become temptations. In such instances, retreating proves profoundly effective. Retreating isn't evasion, it's forging a gap between feelings and deeds for clearer cognition. Immersed in a situation's fervor, all appears critical, mind whirls, emotions amplify, clarity evaporates. Yet, by halting, physically, mentally, or emotionally, you afford a fresh vantage, enabling deliberate responses over knee-jerk reactions. Envision an artist pressed against their canvas. Close up, only strokes and flaws register, obscuring the whole. Stepping rearward reveals the complete artwork. Similarly, mental retreat from overload yields perspective, viewing issues undistorted by emotional haze. Retreat might involve a profound inhale, a brief stroll, or jotting thoughts. These modest steps generate psychological space, calming feelings and restoring equilibrium. Once distanced, you're primed to ponder realities and respond value-aligned. Stoicism asserts clarity emerges from serenity. Marcus Aurelius noted, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Retreating seizes mental reins, denying chaos internal sway. True might resides not in situational mastery, but perceptual and responsive command. A technique for overload: employ the pause method. Pre-reaction: halt for 10 seconds, inhale deeply, tally to 10, or shut eyes briefly. Inquire: what's the optimal response, not swiftest or simplest, but identity-aligned. This minor habit elevates decision-making profoundly. Another: perspective journaling amid emotional turmoil. Spend 5 to 10 minutes scripting as if advising a companion identically situated. This detaches emotions, fostering objectivity. Reflect: am I too proximate for clear sight? If affirmative, retreat, grant reflection time. Not all demands instant action, wisest often follow calm. Retreating signals wisdom, not frailty, electing lucidity over disorder, contemplation over impulse. Habitual retreating nurtures calmer, reflective living. Challenges morph into transient hurdles, not enduring woes, reclaiming emotional and mental dominion. Mastering retreat yields superior choices in a serene default, storm-proof. To expand, let's explore real-life applications. Suppose a heated argument arises at work. Instead of firing back, step away, perhaps to grab water, and reassess. Psychology supports this. The fight or flight response clouds judgment. A pause activates the prefrontal cortex for rational thinking. Studies from mindfulness research show even brief meditations reduce reactivity. Incorporate apps or timers for reminders. Over weeks, this builds neural pathways for composure, transforming how you handle stress from reactive to proactive. Lesson 3: determining when to establish distance. Among life's toughest calls, discerning when to distance from individuals or contexts. Be it exhausting bonds, poisonous workplaces, or outdated routines, prolonged clinging erodes emotional vitality. But how to gauge timing, and enacted value honoring while preserving tranquility? Commence with introspection. Does this bond or scenario propel growth or impede? Growth isn't perpetual ease. Differentiate fleeting unease fostering betterment from chronic negativity sapping vigor. If consistently anxious, undervalued, or diminished, distance warrants consideration. Guilt often hinders distancing, sensing duty for others' emotions or fearing selfishness. Yet, boundaries aren't egoistic, they're vital for welfare. Stoicism posits we control solely actions and choices. Epictetus stated, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." Distancing responds protectively. Ponder values. Does persistence align with aspirations? Habit or change fear sometimes retains us in harmful patterns. If compromising welfare, reevaluate. Distance needn't equate abandonment, it's prioritizing peace and evolution. Upon decision, proceed subtly, respectfully. Eschew dramatics and less essential. Gradual disengagement suffices, conserving energy sans added conflict. If uncertain, trial a temporary separation, say, 2 weeks of limited involvement. Monitor feelings. Calmer, focused, relieved or yearning. Insights guide permanence. Reflect. Am I persisting from duty or true enrichment? If obligation, guilt dominated, step back. Care persists with boundaries, distance safeguards welfare. Communication matters. Quiet distancing fits many, but some merit candid talks. Express feelings, set bounds, redefining, not severing. Distancing chooses growth sans blame, space for clarity, peace, development. Releasing the obsolete invites healthier ties, prospects, value-aligned life. Life's brevity shuns energy drains, mastering distance advances purposeful, peaceful self-respect. Add depth with examples. In friendships, if one consistently criticizes, distance might mean fewer meetups, focusing on uplifting ones. Therapy models like DBT teach boundary setting scripts. Research shows chronic stress from toxic relations impacts health, cortisol spikes, immunity drops. By distancing, you model healthy behavior, potentially inspiring others. Lesson 4. Cultivating trust via deep dialogues. Amid overwhelm, profound exchanges with reliable confidants yield clarity, relief. Connection offers solace, insight, expansion, healing. Voicing emotions to trusted ears unveils perspectives, dismantles negativity, reveals overlooked solutions. Yet, trust building demands more than superficial chatter or judgmental talks. It flourishes in honest, vulnerable, supportive dialogues, safe sharing sans misinterpretation fear. It's mutual, opening up, listening profoundly sans judgment. Stoics prize trust, dialogue for growth. Seneca advised, associate with those who will make a better man of you. Welcome those whom you yourself can improve. Seek growth encouragers, not echoers. Meaningful talks transcend venting, learning, reflecting, evolving. Foster via respect, empathy, listen uninterrupted, validate feelings, support over unasked advice. Often, hearing suffices, I get how you feel, or, I'm here. For clarity, confide in friends, mentors, counselors. Verbalizing organizes thoughts, external views illuminate blind spots. Ensure boundary respectful spaces. Practical. Pinpoint 1-2 trusted souls. When stuck, initiate, I've been overwhelmed, confused, I'd value your view or ear. Invites listening sans pressure. Reciprocate. Be present, empathetic when others share, deepens bonds. Reflect. Have I trusted for deep talks? Nurture if yes. Seek communities, groups, professionals if no. Trust builds gradually via vulnerability, empathy, understanding. Engaging meaningfully grants clarity, relief, fortifies supportive networks amid uncertainties. In superficial eras, deep talks are treasures, reminding non-isolation, fresh views, emotional backing for trials. By trust building, open dialogue creates sustaining connection, strength. To lengthen, include studies. Harvard's Grant study shows strong relationships predict happiness more than wealth. Techniques like active listening, paraphrasing, build trust. Example. In therapy, mirroring validates emotions, reducing defensiveness. Lesson 5. Perfecting emotional safeguards. Ever absorbed another's emotions, stress, anxiety, negativity, as your own? Common, yet sans safeguards, draining, identity loss, entanglement in foreign issues ensue. Perfecting safeguards isn't exclusion or apathy, it's welfare protection while empathetic, supportive. Balanced safeguards enable compassion sans peace sacrifice. Why vital? Sans them, you shoulder alien burdens, risking exhaustion, resentment, strained ties. Stoics urged inner control amid care. Epictetus, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Applies to others' emotions, uncontrollable, but influence limitable. Awareness first. Notice absorbing alien feelings. Question. My situation or another's bleed. Regain via assertive talk. If friend dumps drainingly, say, I care, support, but need self-care. Let's chat briefly. Visualization. Amid high emotions, envision shield, empathize sans absorb. Practical. Overwhelmed by others' emotions. Pause, breathe, affirm, their emotions theirs, care sans carry. Ground via breath, journal, walk, reflect. Sacrificing welfare for support. If yes, boundaries essential, better helper sans burnout. Reinforce consistently, others adapt, self-respect grows. Mastery is self-respect, care, fully present sans self-loss. Kind, empathetic, supportive while peace guarded. Clear safeguards unburden alien weights, yielding clarity, balance, strength. Expansion. Boundaries types, physical, space, emotional, not internalizing. Books like Boundaries by Cloud Townsend offer frameworks. Research. Empaths benefit from safeguards to prevent compassion fatigue. Lesson 6. Assessing separation's ramifications. Life presents junctures demanding distance for welfare, but decisions evoke doubts, emotions, consequence fears. Assessing ramifications ensures clarity-driven choices, not impulse. Separation varies. Ending toxicity, quitting drains, fading misaligned friendships. Evaluate impacts on self, others, not escape, but prioritize growth, peace. Stoics stressed intentionality. Seneca. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Fear often imagined, weigh real outcomes for groundedness. Approach. 1. Emotional impact. Daily negativity signals benefit. 2. Long-term welfare, growth supportive. 3. Losses, honest, but worth peace. Separation not always total, partial distance suffices, e.g., reduced engagement. Practical. Pros cons list, benefits staying versus distancing visually clarifies. Reflect. Staying from desire or fear. Fear often, Worse than change. Weighing isn't perfection, intentional, value-aligned path. Conscious distancing opens lighter, freer life, new opportunities, healthier bonds, unburdened thriving. Add cost-benefit analysis tools from decision science. Case: leaving job, short-term instability versus long-term fulfillment. Therapy aids objective weighing. Lesson 7. Cleansing from digital overload. Social media integrates daily, yet ensnares in scrolling, comparisons, consumption. Connects, but injects noise, distractions, anxiety. Cleansing isn't abandonment, space for clarity, focus, authentic bonds via limited grip. Excess keeps mind stimulated, dopamine hits cycle dependence, silence uncomfortable. Peace from presence, reflection, self-content, not stimulation. Stoics valued essentials. Marcus Aurelius. You must reclaim yourself for yourself. The world distracts, focus on few mattering, let rest go. Tool Sans mindful use distracts from meaningful, real ties, peace, growth. Forms: full breaks, time limits, unfollowing valueless. Start. 1. Triggers: boredom, stress, habit. Alternatives: walk, read, journal. 2. Boundaries: specific check times. 3. Curate: inspire, uplift, educate. Practical: 24-hour detox, offline activities, reflect, missed. Present: less stressed, reflect. Intentional use or controlled. Commit boundaries if consuming, not isolation, reconnection. Reduce noise for deeper talks, richer experiences, peace. Control engagement reclaims time, focus, calm, sans comparison, distraction, room for connection, growth, shaping moments. Lengthen. Studies: social media links to depression via FOMO. Tips: grayscale phone reduces appeal, apps block sites. Lesson 8. Elevating your fundamental requirements. Daily rush obscures essentials, nourishing emotional, mental, spiritual needs sidelined. Prioritizing them vital, else, none will. Identify, elevate sustains balanced fulfillment. Wants versus needs, temporary versus grounding, relationships, reflection, creativity, sleep, nature. Stoics focused essentials. Epictetus. Wealth, few wants. Fulfillment from nurturing, not chasing. Ask: what enlivens peace? Neglect drains. Intentional time. Self-care blocks, no to misalignments, work, personal boundaries. Not selfish, necessary, met needs enable full presence. Exercise. Top 5 needs, weekly action per, e.g., earlier bed for rest, hour for creativity. Reflect. Honoring needs or sacrificing. Wholeness from meeting irreplaceable, guilt-free. Self-care enables responsibility fulfillment sans burnout. Life about mattering, not more. Prioritizing builds balance, strength, peace, present, resilient, purpose-connected. Expansion. Maslow's hierarchy, basic to self-actualization. Track via apps. Examples: meal prep for nutrition. Lesson 9. Adopting appreciation and now focus. World pushes more, success, possessions, recognition. Focusing lacks over presence, breeding dissatisfaction, anxiety, restlessness. Antidote. Appreciation, shift lack to abundance, striving to being. Not ignoring challenges, recognizing good amid difficulty. Small moments, kind words, peaceful mornings, another day. Stoics emphasized present. Marcus Aurelius. Do not dwell past, future, concentrate present. Contentment from experiencing now, not achievements. Practice. Daily 3 gratitudes, simple, profound. Beyond. Release regrets, worries, past unchangeable, future uncertain. Control now, choices, actions, experiences. Practical. Stressed. Pause, breathe, appreciate moment, sunlight warmth, coffee taste, strength shown. Reflect. Missing or present focus. Shift to gratitude, balance goals, appreciation. Mindfulness. Meditation, breathing, engagement, notice details, air, skin, wind, sound, food texture, richness. Life in present, embracing freeze chase, peace in what is, beautiful despite imperfection. Gratitude, presence, mindsets yield joy, less anxiety, deeper matter connection. Breathe, appreciate now, surprising abundance. Add journaling prompts, research, gratitude boosts serotonin. Lesson 10. Developing versatility and adjustment. Life unpredictable, plans control futile against changes. Adaptability determines thriving, suffering amid shifts. Versatility not goal abandonment, adjust approach, calm uncertainty, growth in challenges. Resistance from discomfort, stability craved, rigidity suffers, clinging breeds frustration, anxiety, helplessness. Versatility flows, new paths despite deviations. Stoics. Epictetus, not what happens, react matters. Flexibility masters response, accepts inevitability, adapts gracefully, peace, clarity. Mindset. Change is growth opportunity, what learned grow. Emotional resilience. Pause, process feelings, value-aligned response, not ignore, healthy process grounded. Practical. 3 is, accept change, assess options, control, adapt action. Reflect. Clinging, unserving or adapt. Flexibility, not surrender, new forward. Open perspectives, ideas, listen, learn, try, unlocks opportunities. Not weakness, strength, bend sands break, like wind swaying trees. Series changes, versatility, navigates confidently, gracefully, mindset, actions, forward focus for resilience, growth, peace. Expansion. Darwin's adaptability, survival, business pivot examples. Lesson 11. Nurturing compassion and liberality. Fast-paced self-focus forgets compassion, liberality's impact, transform relationships, add meaning, fulfillment. Not weakness, inner strength, self-respect expressions. Compassion. Understand, share feelings, listen, sans judgment, genuine support. Strengthens connections, seen, heard, valued, trust, deeper ties. Stoics, resilient yet contributory. Marcus Aurelius. Benefits whole, individual. Uplift others, uplift self, mutual respect, compassion. Liberality. Time, attention, kindness, wisdom, not material, obligation, abundance, place. Giving freely cultivates abundance, reduces scarcity. Reflect. Last, empathy, generosity, sans return. Small acts ripple, listen, help, message. Balance. Self-compassion first, kind, forgiving to self. Outward focus. Giving reduces worries, increases purpose. Practical. Daily opportunity, listen, sans interrupt, help struggling, thoughtful message. Reflect. Empathetic or self-focused. Shift views, transforms relations. Not grand, everyday kindness, understanding. Core life. Improve relations, purpose, fulfillment, peace. Not accumulate, contribute, become light, strength, discover happiness, fulfillment. Add. Random acts, kindness, studies, boost mood, empathy, training. Lesson 12. Sustaining your intellect and physique. Demands, neglect foundation, mind, body, push limits, external over internal, energy fades, focus diminishes, peace slips. Sustaining isn't luxury, necessity for balanced, resilient, meaningful. Body care enhances physical, mental clarity, emotional stability, well-being. Exercise, nutrition, rest, influence, feel, think, respond. Seneca. Sound mind in sound body, happy state. Disciplined body care cultivates strong mind. Mind sustain. Intentional thoughts, ideas, practices, read, watch, listen, growth, peace, mindfulness, meditation, reflection, calm, focus. Ask. Nourishing, draining habits. Identify patterns, e.g., late scrolling disrupts, prioritize rest, exercise, reflection impacts mood, productivity, resilience. Movement. Walk, stretch, activity, blood flow, endorphins boost mood, reduce stress. Nutrition. Balanced whole foods fuel brain, small consistent choices. Mind. Quiet, reflection, meditation, journaling, stillness, process, release, reconnect. Practical. Daily one mind, body act, book chapter, breathing, healthy meal, compound lifestyle. Reflect. Respecting mind, body. Start today, can't pour empty cup, self-care enables full presence. Most valuable assets, consistent nourish. Cultivate strength, clarity, peace, handle challenges, resilience, grace. Prioritize well-being. Thrive, life rich, meaningful, fulfilling. Letting go isn't surrender, space for better, free from unserving weights, people, situations, habits, outdated selves. Gain clarity, peace, intentional forward. Explored 12 lessons reclaiming energy, refocus essentials, from detachment to mind, body, nourish. Life changes, letting go empowers fearless facing. Matters because tight clinging, frustration, suffering. Release, freedom, peace, non-prisoner to uncontrollable, purposeful, present living. Reflect. One ready release today. Small, thought, frustration, habit, ripples lighter, freer, value-aligned life. Practice not event. Courage, patience, self-compassion, each release room growth, connection, joy. Marcus Aurelius. Power over mind, strength. Thank joining, reflect, learned, share benefiting. Spread letting go wisdom, community embracing clarity, peace, purpose. Until next. Strong, intentional, keep releasing unserving, room truly matters.